Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me is my guy Connor Mack. Connor, how you doing over there?
I'm good, Jose. I'm ready to rock. It was a decent day for me yesterday, but that 4-run ninth in that Padre game, swift kick to the balls there, man. I contemplated the first five. I mean, I stared at that all day before I put it in. And
I'm right there with you, Connor. So here's how my day went, how my night went, Connor. I stupidly accepted an invitation to go watch Top Gun last night, so I didn't watch anything. And I was like, okay, well, I put my bets in, whatever. And my main focus was really the Celtics game.
hey,
Uh, and
huge
yeah,
fourth quarter,
yeah,
massive fourth quarter.
yeah, they're gonna win. They're gonna win in five now or four, I believe. But I was so focused on that I did not realize how bad my day was yesterday and just how tragic it was, really. I had the Tigers first five money line. They lose it by some late runs. Texas first five money line. They don't bring their bats. I had Baltimore Orioles money line as well. Full game. They lose in extras. Brutal game where they can't score in the 10th inning. I took the first five under 3.5 in Miami. San Francisco was my only winner. But I joined you right along there with the under 8.5 at -110 in that Padres Brewers game, and that is the ultimate bad beat right there. But Connor, I like to say I didn't see it, so it didn't happen. So I blocked it out of my memory. It is
Yeah, it happened
complete.
to my my
Hey, oh,
money. It was
the
gone.
the
Yeah, so
the
it happened to
money is
me.
gone. The
Yeah,
the
the money's
emotional
gone.
damage is gone,
Yes.
and we're just moving on. We're moving on. Short memory. Short memory. It's exciting to see here. But we're gonna move it along here, Connor, because we've got a big card ahead of us and some pitching changes here late that we got to talk about real quick. But let's get right into it. Say Hey plays 58. Say Hey plays 58 starts with the San Francisco Giants Miami Marlins here. It was Alex Cobb versus Elisa Hernandez, and I think we're still going to get Hernandez for the Marlins. But it seems like Cobb is out. I haven't seen like if he's hurt or what, but we've got John Baribia on the bump here, and he's 3-0 with a 3.32 this year apparently. He's a reliever, so it's a bullpen day, it seems. So maybe we'll get an Alex Cobb opener as well, but it's a -120 plus 100 for both sides here. 8 is the total. I didn't move on this game, but I think if Cobb does pitch, I think I am leaning towards the Giants here, obviously. So a pass game for me to start off, some pitching nonsense to begin this card.
Yeah, I think it's a bullpen day, both teams here. So I think you expect runs, but in this huge ballpark, I don't want this over 8. And I have the wind blowing straight in. I don't know if you've looked at the wind. Basically 13, 14 miles an hour all game long. So I thought about there'd be runs today after yesterday. Marlins win easy. I can't bet the Marlins. They need to be a bigger dog even here at home. I don't love the Giants. Maybe you could look at team totals here. I was with you. This was just a quick cross out for me. I want nothing to do with this game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's why I wanted to get over real quickly. I think it's a pretty easy cross off for me. And the Giants using a bullpen day when the Giants bullpen has been horrific these last couple of weeks. That's interesting. It's interesting. Let's shout out the chat real quick. Eric Jones leaning over 8 here. Ron Crawford in the chat. Shout out to you, Ron. Fireside Preston giving everyone the link to buy me a coffee for Pub Sports Radio. That is the best way to support Pub Sports Radio. We just had someone donate 40 beers, so shout out to them. Jump in there. 40
Fuck
beers.
yeah.
I don't know how much one beer is, but that's good. Shout out to them.
$5. $5 a beer. So you don't got to donate 40. Donate a beer.
There you go. Donate a beer today. Shout out to Preston for doing there. Banana Boat Float in there. Jake Burns lost a 2K parlay on the Padres under, and I wanted to cry. That's brutal. Yeah. I've been told a couple times this year that the Padres bullpen is pretty good, and I was like, I don't know, man.
No,
No, I
they're
don't think
not.
so. Yeah.
Even how they were whatever they were yesterday, 12th when I was going over the numbers. They weren't. They were more like 20th, and it showed.
Yeah,
Garbage.
no, the Rogers is. We got excited, or at least I got excited when he came in. I was like, okay, so maybe a good closer, but has those blow up starts a lot or spots a lot. Rodney Barton, Fireside, Roger that in here, Lofton, Ronnie Boy in here, Rodney Barton in here as well. So thank you guys as well. Boston Nick also throwing the link in there, and I Get Money joining us as well. Thank you guys very much. So let's move on. Next game, Washington Nationals versus the Cincinnati Reds here. Mike Minor, the ghost of Mike Minor returns to Cincinnati here. And you know what's hilarious to me? I just find it so funny that the Cincinnati Reds traded for Mike Minor. They gave up Amir Garrett for Mike Minor. And he's now making his first start of his season in the majors this year. I mean, that's crazy to me. He just had him in AAA the whole year. I mean, that just seems wild. Crazy use of sources there, resources there. Josiah Gray on the other side for the Nationals here, and I want to take the Nationals. I want to fade Mike Minor. I understand he's been pitching pretty okay in the minor leagues. Last two starts for him in the minors. Start previous 4 2/3, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, a home run, 3 Ks, no walks, and then his last start, 6 innings, 3 Ks, 1 earned run, a home run, 9 Ks, no walks there. Do it in the majors, Mike. Do it in the majors against lefties. The Nationals are 21st, 96 weighted runs created plus here. I'm going to look at the Nationals team total right now while you speak about this. And by the way, I do not have any plays going into today so far. After that, the little beat down I took yesterday, I'm going to take it a little slower and see. Maybe we'll add some plays here, but I'm looking at Nationals team total to start. What about you, Connor?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind the Nationals here. You know, I know a few people liked the Nationals yesterday. I didn't. I thought the Reds were a decent play. I thought it'd get over. It did not. It just was short. But I could only look over here. Still, these teams aren't very good. I know the Reds are starting to swing it a little bit better and play better. I don't want the Reds at this price. I lean over the pitchers here. We all know Minor threw some good games last year, but then he just had bad blowups, and his ERA was about 5. You talked about he's done pretty good in AAA. You know, getting by. He goes about 4 innings. That's about the max he's going to go here. He's going to go about 4 innings probably in this game, 3 or 4 innings. But Gray, on the other hand, is just a walk machine. You know, I'm glad the Dodgers got rid of him. I mean, he's going to be a third starter, I think, for the Nats. I don't think he's going to be top of the line, but we'll see. But look at, 4 to 3 Ks, 3 walks, 5 Ks. He just doesn't get it done. He walks too many guys, and he gives up. Last start was decent against Colorado, but 7-3, 6-3. I think you can pin him for that. I just see runs, so I'd lean over. And like I said, I'm not going to bet the side here, but I take the dog with the Nets. I just don't love it at 115.
Okay, well, I'll agree with you there. Team total over 4.5 is at -105. And just a heads up, Connor, your Wi-Fi is struggling a little bit today. You're a little cutting in and about a little bit because freezing and
There's nothing
such.
I can do, my man. I know.
I'm just letting you. Yeah, just letting you know. But we'll
Cox,
move on.
Call him.
I remember my Cox days. Shout out to Cox Communication Services.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, we move on here. Team total over 4.5 -105 is the spot I'm looking at here. I'm not going to make it official yet. I wrote it down, and we'll see if I get to it by the end of the show. We move on. Next game on our docket here, we've got Angels Phillies. Chase Silseth versus Zach Eflin officially here. We had some question marks going into today about if this was Eflin. But it was. We all know the news surrounding these Phillies. Joe Girardi fired. I predicted that he'd be gone by, I think it was either June or July. I already forgot already. By the end of June or July, and I overshot it obviously. So he's gone, and probably much more later than expected or than needed because this team has just been terrible as of late. I'll tell you this. I asked my Phillies friend, who is his manager now, is Rob Thompson, 38-year bench coach. So shout out to him for getting the job. Ultimately, I'm going to stay off of this game. The Phillies have just been so putrid that I don't want to back them. Chase Silseth has been okay. I mean, I think he gets a little bit of a bad rap or something. I think people think he's worse than he is. I think he's a pretty good pitcher. So maybe you do get that new manager bump here with the Phillies, but I'm not going to pay to see it. Maybe another day to see at least how it goes for this first game. So another pass game for me, unfortunately. What about you, Connor?
Yeah, I don't want the Phillies. That's for sure. I'm not a big Eflin guy. I guess he's better on the at home than on the road. I don't love backing him here. Seth, still learning. I don't want him on the road. You know what? I'd like to take the over in this game. Angels are sliding bad. This is a team I thought they would
Yep.
be. I know they came out hot, but they are pitching is hurting them. They have a shitty bullpen and starting to show. I'd look at total either start go the full game over. I think the Phillies can score. They can get to him. Angels team totals you can get plus 110, 105 over 4.5. I was looking kind of at that a little bit. I just don't know if they're going to hit. They looked horrible yesterday, the Angels and the Yankees. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys. I want nothing to do with it. I'd lean over.
It was brutal. It was brutal. And shout out to Noli Knows, giving you a pretty good suggestion, Connor. Hold the Wi-Fi box on your head. Yeah, maybe that will help. Shout out to Noli for joining us as well. Kyle Hitlian making big boy bets on the Red Sox and Cardinals today. Shout out to you, my guy. Yeah, and I will mention this a stat that surprised me since June 15th to today. The Philadelphia Phillies are dead last against righties. This vaunted offense dead last, 68 weighted runs created plus. Pretty surprised by that. So that's the thing that would keep me off the over. But like I said, new manager bounce. Man, the new voice in there. You might need it just to get the boys going again. So we shall see on that one. Can't get on it, unfortunately. But we'll get to a game that I do want to move on here, and I think I will find a way to move on it. Arizona Diamondbacks, Pittsburgh Pirates here. We've got Merle Kelly versus JT Brubaker, who I think these guys, honestly, I think they're like the same pitcher in my head. They just have a Venn diagram, and it's just right over top of each other for me. And we'll talk about JT first because he's been pitching really well as of late, shockingly enough. At San Diego last time out, 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, not even earned, 3 Ks, 2 walks versus the Colorado Rockies. At home, he goes 6 2/3, 5 hits, another 1 run, none of them earned. Performance, 4 Ks, 2 walks there. And he pitches well at home. It's another, JT Brubaker splits thing starting to become a reality. 3.86 at home so far, a 4.39 on the road. Not big a difference yet, but I think I could see that number starting to become a little bit of bigger discrepancy there. But I want to back the Diamondbacks here, Connor. I like Merle Kelly in certain instances. He had a good start against the Dodgers, and like I said, that's kind of how I rate everyone against the Dodgers, even though these Pirates kind of own them now. Like I said, Mr. The Chavez Ravine is now called the Pirates Cove in my mind. But I want to take Arizona first 5 here. And the biggest factor is against righties his last couple of weeks, 121 weighted runs created plus at 7th in the league, while the Pirates are 76 or 28th in the league. So taking the Cardinals here in some form or fashion, but I will figure that out here in a second. Connor, what about you? What are you on?
You know what? Brubaker's a guy that I like to back in certain spots.
I can see why. I mean, he's dominated the last 2 starts, so.
He's been better. Yeah, I don't know about dominated. 2 walks, 3 Ks his last start. But yeah, he does better here at home. I like Merrill Kelly. He hasn't pitched that great lately. He gave up. He only went 2 innings against Dodgers, got tattooed, and his other starts 5 innings, 3 runs. I want this first 5 under 4.5. Either you get that way juiced up, or you get the 4 right around minus 105 even money. But I like the first 5 under here. I think Pirates will be slow to go, and I hope these pitchers pitch well. I think Merrill Kelly can. So I like the under.
You can get the Diamondbacks first 5 money line at minus 115 currently on Bovada. I've got a 4 at minus 122, so that 4.5. I think that's what you said, Connor. 4.5. I like that a lot.
If you can find it, that was early this morning. I mean, like I
Oh,
said, I see
yeah.
fours everywhere basically now.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like what you got there, number. I like the number as well. Fours are starting to scare people off, and I feel how I feel about 3.5 the way people feel about fours right now. So maybe that's just a me thing, I guess. But officially, I'm going to move on. Arizona Diamondbacks first five money line at -115. I think they take the job done, and I unfortunately betting against my Buccos. I have the Jolly Roger here. I do raise it very often, but today maybe we'll fly it at half staff. Perhaps we'll fly it at half staff. Let's move on. Next game on our docket here: Cleveland Guardians, Baltimore Orioles. Bruce Zimmerman, Shane Bieber here, and again, I'll say it every time Shane Bieber pitches. It's truly an odyssey. All the peripherals, all the numbers. You can say one thing, but he keeps pitching well. It's obviously at Detroit, and versus Detroit, his last two starts, home and away, 8 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, 5 Ks, no walks at their place in his latest start, and the start previous, and at his place, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 10 Ks, and 2 walks there. Bruce Zimmerman on the other side, he got crushed against the Red Sox and the Yankees, but I think that's more of a product of the offense he's facing than the pitcher. I think Bruce is a pretty good lefty. I would say he's been their kind of breakout pitcher this year, not to the meteoric rise that John Means had late yesterday, but in that same vein of him being kind of middling his whole career and now kind of figuring it out this year. He's 2-3 to 4.53, obviously. And again, not the best, but I think he's a pretty good pitcher. So I wanted to take a first five under here, Connor Mack, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on this game as a whole, and perhaps you'd give me a little taste of the under.
Yeah, I lean under in this game as well. Orioles played to what, 3 straight overs those last 3 games against the Mariners. I think Bieber will be all right in this start. Zimmerman is the big. I think he's gonna have a bounce back start. I mean, his last 2 starts haven't been good. Yankees, he gave up 4, and the home run ball, 4 home runs. The Yankees, 5 home runs. The Red Sox, 6 runs. He needs to get back to how he's pitching early in the year. It's a lean. I haven't gone on this. I haven't bet this yet, but I lean the under as well. Guardians don't hit lefties. I mean, they're 220. I know they're got to be at the bottom. I know they hit righties a lot better. 253. They hit righties. So yeah, I'm with you here. I think Bieber get enough out of him. He'll go at least 5. So I like the under with you. It's a lean for me.
Yeah, and he did give up a bunch of home runs and 2 home run friendly ballparks too. So that is another solace fact about Zimmerman. If you think he's gonna bounce back here,
He's back home too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Back-to-back
4
road
home
starts, yeah.
runs at Yankee Stadium in that bandbox, and then 5 home runs at Boston. So yeah, I like the look here. The first 5 under 4. I got it at -115 for me. Let's shout out to Chak real quick here. Shout out to Kyle Hanlon in here. Dabby Cab says he likes first 5 run line for the Guardians here. Jake Burns says, I don't know if I want first 5 run line or full game here. Shout out to Nolly Nose as well. I get money on the Lightning as well. Shout out to you, my guy, as well. All right, let's move on. Next game on our slate here, Connor. And you know what I'm on, Connor, here. You've seen it. -360 are these Yankees. Garrett Cole on the bump here. We'll talk about him first. At Tampa Bay last time out, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 10 Ks, 3 walks. Versus the Orioles before that, 8 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 11 Ks, no walks. That was the start where he took the L, I guess. I think that was his first loss. I'm not 100% sure. But he gets the loss as the whole team, and I get the first of my -300 winners against those guys. So, play of the matter is I'm on the Tigers here, +280. I think for sure they can keep in this game. I mean, 23rd in weighted runs created +88 against righties. The Yankees are 16th, 104. So all these numbers are going to be very anti-Tigers when you see it. But I think they can hang with them at least. Perhaps it's a Elvin Rodriguez start that keeps them with it. Connor, and I'll admit to you this: when I was first doing my research on this, I saw Rodriguez. I was like, oh, Eduardo Rodriguez. Okay, sure. I could get down with Eduardo Rodriguez at a minus 300 or gets a minus 300. Why not? Plus 280, I get him at. But no, it's Elvin. Elvin, his last two starts, his last one was pretty impressive. 4 innings, 2 hits, no run runs, 4 Ks, no walks versus the Guardians at home. And at Minnesota, he got touched up. 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 home runs, an earned run, 4 Ks, 3 walks there. I'm on Tigers money line here. You guys know why. I don't believe anyone should be minus 300 in baseball. So let's have another Garrett Cole collapse, Howie.
Yeah, hey, you don't gotta tell me, man. I don't think these teams should be over 300 as well. So I would be on the Tigers or nothing in this spot. I don't know about Rodriguez. That last start was decent against the Guardians, but he's not very good.
No, he is not.
He's being rushed up to pitcher right now with the Tigers. Tigers can't hit a lick. I mean, they pulled that one out yesterday, 3-2, but it is hard to watch them. It's all about Rodriguez. I kind of like the under here, but Yankees get 4 or 5 off him. Your first 5 under is shot. But I don't blame you. There's just no way I'm taking the Yankees. You got to take them minus 2.5. I don't want that. And Cole's been good. That's what they get for paying him that much money, but he ain't that good. And when I'm going to fade him every chance, and other times I can, but not today.
Yeah, JPZ, I think, put it best here. My man, Elvin Rodriguez, 0-0 with a 6.17 ERA. What could possibly go wrong? Fun fact, my area code, 617. So there you go. Shout out to Boston. I think I'm going Tigers money line. It's going to be an interesting game. Lick picks here saying Cole, 30% K rate there. Tigers strike out a 24% rate last 30 games. Cole brings his stuff here. So perhaps you can get a Garrett Cole strikeout prop too. 10 and 11 Ks in his last 2 games. So it'll be interesting there. I will be interested. And I'll be a very passive observer. Connor, I'm just going to say this to end it. There's no way. There is no way I could go 4-0 against minus 300's money line. There's no way, right, Connor? No way.
Yeah, there is. It's called gambling, my friend. Fuck yeah, there is. 2 teams are playing against each other. This is Major League Baseball. Hell yeah, I can.
Fuck, that's funny. All right, let's move on. Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi, do you love me? Are you riding? I'm not riding with Chi-Chi here. The Twins here versus the Toronto Blue Jays here. Welcome back to our live, Chi-Chi. I'm excited to see what he does here. A lot of Chi-Chi love today. This might be his most popular day of the year when he first starts pitching. We'll talk about his last 2 starts in the minors. 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them earned 7 Ks and a walk on the 25th. And then on the 17th, he goes 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 Ks, 2 walks there. I mean, what do we expect from Chi-Chi, really? Let's start there. I don't expect him to do much. I think this is a Toronto Blue Jays team total over spot for me to start off with. I mean, it's probably going to be a high number, too. I have not looked at it. My guess would probably be around a 5.5 at least, but we'll see. Kikuchi on the other side, 2-1 with a 3.48 ERA. He's been impressive all year. I mean, he has his shit starts, obviously, just like any other starter, but overall, he's been pretty good. At the Angels last time out, 5 innings, 9 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk. And then versus the Cincinnati Reds, 4 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks, 3 walks there. The main point of focus here for Blue Jays bettors and Blue Jays fans is that their offense is back. You've heard Jimmy the Bag say, hitting 178 against runners in scoring position and all that good stuff. The stuff he says while he's going to sleep tonight. But I mean, he's right. 124 weighted runs created plus against righties this last couple of weeks. 124 is 6th best in the league. So I'm going to look at a Blue Jays team total here while I do that, Connor. What do you have on this one?
Yeah, Blue Jays just keep winning. So how can you not want to, keep taking them? The team total is 5.5, right? Minus 110. Kikuchi's been good all year. he's been phenomenal. Surprisingly, he's due to get rocked at some point. I don't think the Twins are very good. I was interested in this price a little bit. I was talking to Jimmy. He's just going to keep betting him.
Oh
He's
yeah,
riding
oh
high. He's
yeah.
riding high right now. But they will hit the skids. Believe me, the Blue
I
Jays.
mean, it's
So
just like me and the Celtics. I'm gonna keep betting the Celtics no matter what. And but yeah, no, I definitely I love the energy from Jim.
yeah. So I Blue Jays team total. It's just I can't get a plus price on that 5.5. I'd have to have it. And I couldn't even take the over. I think there's runs here. Chi, God bless him. He's back, man. But he just can't cut it in the major leagues. He's getting by down there in the minors. He's
Yeah.
been solid, but he'll come up and get ripped. So yeah, I'm off here.
Well, and let's I'd like to remind people if you're like, oh, Chi should stay in the minors and dominate. Uh, no, no, he should not, because you know what his life is like in the minor leagues? Riding the bus? No thanks. Chi is all about the major league life, and he will fight his ass up, fight his fat ass off to try to stay up here. But I don't think I'm going to officially move on the Toronto team total over 5.5. Maybe they score 3 runs in the first 2 innings, and I feel like a fucking dumbass. But it's even money for me. I just have not taken many 5.5s this year with success. So I'll stay off this game too. But Blue Jay spot for sure. And fingers crossed for one Jimmy the Bag, who's on them at a very juicy price today. So that's always scary for any capper. Next game, the Chicago White Sox versus the Tampa Bay Rays. And it was supposed to be Vince Velasquez. And apparently it's not anymore. According to Bovada, we got a little pitching change. We've got Davis Martin or Davis Martin. Don't know where he's from. But he had one professional, or say one major league start this year on the 17th against the Royals. He pitched really well. 5 innings, 5 hits, no 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 1 walk. His last start in AAA was the 28th. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs off a home run, 4 Ks, no walks. So he's okay. I guess it doesn't seem like it's going to be an opener deal. That's what I figured at first. I think it might be a straight swap here. Maybe we'll see Velasquez out of the bench or out of the bullpen, excuse me, because he came out of the bullpen last time out against the Red Sox, 3 innings, and he didn't give up a hit, 5 Ks. It was a pretty impressive appearance for him. So maybe the White Sox roll like that, but I think it's all kind of futile at the end of the day against Shane McClanahan and the Rays. I think it'll be an interesting little like matchup here. It's the movable object versus whatever the unstoppable force. The White Sox against lefties are obviously like one of those like buzzwords that you think of, and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to bet the White Sox today. But Shane McClanahan has been that good, just been really that good. So, Connor, I want to hear your thoughts on this game and see if you've moved on anything so far.
McClanahan has been that good, and he might just be, the Cy Young obviously this year. But you mentioned it. This number's huge, and the Rays just aren't hitting right now.
No, they're
and
not.
At this price, that's, right away you think the Rays. You think first 5 here, take them run line. And the more I look into it, I know Davis Martin, this is tough for them going to the mound, but the Rays really aren't swinging it. I think there's value here with the White Sox. I know it's kind of just plug your nose and going against McClanahan. Just take what they've done against lefties, and hopefully they get to him. So I like the Sox here a little bit in this game. I have not pulled the trigger yet, but give me the dog at this price.
I'll be honest, Connor, my radar has officially gone up on this game too. My radar is officially up on this game. A 7? A 7 for this total? What do we think this is? What is the team total for the White Sox right now? Let's see. 2.5 is at minus 120. 2.5, dude? Oh my goodness, Connor. Yeah, this is I like the White Sox here now. I mean, that's crazy. They're 14th against lefties, 104. Weighted runs created plus, but we know again historically they're a lot better. They don't have Tim Anderson. That's obviously a blow. Let me look at RotoWire to see and give a refresh to see if we have official lineups too, so we can see a little more at least. Yes, official lineup. Thankfully, AJ Pollock, Vaughn, Moncada, Abreu, Robert, or I should say Robert, Rundall,
It's
Berger.
decent.
Yeah, I mean, Connor. We going down the dog path again? You know, I love a good dog, Connor Mack. I'm gonna take the White Sox with you. I'll take the White Sox full game with you. Um, I'm gonna check the price, but what I also like better. I like the over in this game as well. Over 7. If the White Sox, again, I said this with the Pirates as well. If the White Sox literally contribute anything to this game, then this is going to get over. I mean, if the books think the Rays are going to romp the White Sox here with Shane McClanahan and the shitty pitching from the White Sox, whatever they think, sweet. But, I mean, I think we can get 2, 3 runs off of McClanahan. And if that happens, it's going over for sure. So, White Sox money line for me. I will look at the odds on Bovada. I'm giving a plus 156. And I'm taking the over as well at minus 120 for the over now. So that is what I'm on there. That's beautiful. Connor, look at us. Look at us. Incredible. All right. So as I put this in real fast. Oh, I lost Connor, actually. I hope Connor was in here when I just said that. I was line shopping and such, and I lost Connor for a half second, but he'll be back here in a second. Let's move on to the next game while he comes back here as I write down Chicago White Sox and the Blue Jays, or no, the Rays. Excuse me, Rays over 7. Minus 115. There we go. Sorry, I have to write these things down or else I forget. And you guys know why I forget many things. All right, we'll talk about Seattle, Texas Rangers here. Logan Gilbert, Dane Dunning. And this has been an underspot for a lot of people today. Logan Gilbert, you guys know that I'm one of his biggest fans, I guess. I want to back him often. I didn't back him last time against Houston. I felt like an idiot that I didn't. 7 innings, 4 hits, no one runs, 5 Ks, no walks at home. I think he should be always bet on at home, to be honest. Always, always, always. And I feel stupid that I didn't. At the Red Sox before that started at home, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks. I think he's pitched really well the whole year, honestly. And he doesn't have rookie eligibility still here, but I think he could easily be an AL Rookie of the Year. He's just so young that he's just been pitching so well, and it really impresses me. Dane Dunning, 1-3, a 4.13 or 4.31 ERA at Oakland last time out, 4 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 Ks, 3 walks. At the LA Angels, 6 1/3, 11 hits, 5 earned runs, 8 Ks, and 1 walk there. So let's see what happens there. I will say this: the thing that I should reference Bobana. He said this earlier. The thing that makes me really want to take the under or at least back the Rangers is that I believe he said they were 9-1 in home starts with Dane Dunning on the mound, and his home ERA is a 3.77 compared to his away ERA is a 4.91. So I like both of those things right there. And I will say this: since the June 15th, both teams are hitting well against righties. 132 weighted runs created plus the Seattle Mariners have, while the Texas Rangers have 117 weighted runs created plus. So I like the Mariners here. I think Dunning is a good pitcher at home, and that's the main point of contention for me. Hopefully, Connor Mack rejoins us here, but we're going to keep moving on. But if he returns, I should say, hopefully his internet and all of his power is still on because it was struggling there for a bit. But I will ask him about that, and I will think about moving on Seattle. I would rather have them first 5 as well. You can get them minus a half at plus 110, or you can get it money line at minus 120. So I will write that down, and we shall see about those bets at the end of the show. Alrighty, moving on. Next game on our docket. Shout out to Cuban Connect as well. Appreciate you for joining us. Trans Canada. Is this show called Jose Pub Sports? No. It's called Say Hey Place. But I appreciate you, Trans Canada. Next game on our slate here, we've got Houston versus the Royals, and Connor back with us as well. Connor, welcome back. Quickly, we just talked about Seattle and the Rangers. I want to move on the Mariners here, and I think I want to move on the first 5 under. I'm not too sure. I told everyone Dunning successful at home. Home ERA is good. Logan Gilbert been good all year. Anything on this one, Connor?
This game is tough for me. I've been going back and forth and round on this
Same.
baseball game. I'm going to stay off. Dane Dunning has pitched well at times, especially at homes. He always gets rocked, in like the 5th inning. He gives up a bunch of runs. But at home lately, he's only give up 2. I'm a Logan Gilbert guy. Mariners have been hitting lately. They just hit in Baltimore, but they could turn around here in Texas and do nothing. I don't know if there's going to be no runs. I don't want to find out. And Mariners bats are coming alive lately, which I like, but you're not getting a plus price here with them. It's a pass. I couldn't get there with anything here.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I will answer some questions here. Jake Burns asking why the under. I like the over. Yeah, I see. I will say this: the hitting stats do indicate an over. But both these pitchers have been pitching well in the face of it. You first look at the pitchers; it's like a first 5 under here. I could easily see. Let's think about this. It's like I believe it's a 4. It could be like a 2-1 first 5, and then the bullpens come in and just blow it up and it can go over easily. It could easily something like that. But Connor, if you had to pick a side, are you on the Mariners here? Or are you taking the Rangers? Just gun to your head.
I'd lean the Mariners, just the way they've hit Dunning. And Logan Gilbert's a better pitcher. It's just on the road, everything else. Rangers playing a little bit better baseball as of late, swinging it. So that's why I passed. But little lean the Mariners.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I feel the same exact way there. So we'll move on. Let's keep it going here. Like I said, we're gonna move on to Houston at the Royals here. Brady Singer on the bump here. Brady Singer, one of my pet projects this year. Like a guy I've been on. I saw his stuff and I said, why aren't the Royals starting him? Why aren't the Royals starting him? He was in the minor leagues for a while. Now he finally comes out and he's doing his thing. He's finally pitching well. At the Twins last time out, he went in back-to-back against the Twins, we should mention. But he went at the Twins last time, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, a home run, 8 Ks, no walks. And then the first start against the Twins at home, 7 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 3 Ks, and 3 walks there. 8th against righties are these Royals too, pretty surprisingly enough. And a short little underdog here also, which is another surprising thing. You'd expect the Astros to be like a minus 150, even though they're at the Royals, because the Royals have been pretty bad this year. Jose Urquidy on the other side, again, I've mentioned it almost every time he pitches, but I'll keep saying it. A guy that I would much rather back at home than on the road here at Seattle. 4 2/3, 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned off 1 home run, 4 Ks, and 2 walks there. Versus Texas Rangers at home, 6 2/3, 6 hits, 1 earned run, a home run, 10 Ks, 1 walk. If that doesn't illustrate it better, then I don't know what does. 104, I should say, weighted runs created plus. That is 17th best against righties. So I want to take the Royals here, honestly. It'd be dog or pass for me, Connor. What about you?
Yeah, not enough price here for these Royals. Singer's been good, and he's got good numbers against these Astros. This seems like the place to back him. Astros been a phenomenal under team all year long. I kind of like this full game under the more I look at it.
Well, the issue there is the Royals just horrific bullpen. Just truly is just horrific bullpen right there.
Horrible. You're right. They are horrible. They are tough to watch, and bullpens are making me sick lately.
Connor, I will interject with this. You can get a first 5 under at 4.5 at minus 110, and I'm officially going to move on that. I do like that. I understand the Royals' offense has been a little bit hotter recently, but I hope that Jose Urquidy can try to pitch well here or get a good outing here. But yeah, I'm moving on that officially. But I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, this would be the team to do it. I mean, the Royals haven't shown me shit. I mean, they've swung it a little bit better lately, but yeah, they should be bigger dogs than this even.
That's what I thought too. I when I saw them being a little short dog here, that definitely makes me feel like, oh, okay, so I think they're could win this game outright. But it's the bullpen is it's probably the worst bullpen in the league. I don't have the stats in front of me to say that right now and be affirmative about it, but it's really bad. It's really, really bad. And shout out to I forgot, I don't know how to say his last name, but he's a fellow Jose, the reliever that they brought up. I think his name is Cuas.
Fellow Jose.
Yeah, fellow Jose. Yeah, Jose Urquidy, Jose Cuas, whatever his name is. I forgot. I don't know how to say it, but he was a FedEx like delivery guy like earlier this year or something like that, working at 6 a.m. and he pitched and threw with his brother who was in college playing and pitching, and then he got found and he made his debut in the last couple of days. So shout out to him. You may love seeing those stories. And he's a fellow Jose. So I need we stay together, us Jose's, Connor. By the way, this is just a me thing, I guess, Connor, and you'll probably look at me like I'm weird. I don't know many other Jose's, and I think it's really weird, like that you call someone else your name. I don't know. I don't talk to any other Jose, so I don't talk to him like, hey, Jose. I don't know. That's just my random thoughts here, Connor. Like, if you just knew another Connor and you just call him Connor all the time, I'd be like, well, this is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. This is true. I mean, it is strange. And hey, when I grew up, nobody was named Connor. That now every fucking kid is named Connor. It seems like, it's like the most popular name.
Let me tell you, from in like 10, 20 years now, Connor, all the Connors are going to be Irish. There's going to be a bunch of Irish Connors going to be running around and be like, damn, McGregor's just influences everywhere. It's going to be
funny. That's true. But I like your play here. I like this first 5 under. I might pull the trigger on it.
Beautiful. It's 110 for me. But yeah. I'm glad that everyone is now starting to think about their names and how weird it is when you call someone else your name as well. So that's just the random things I think about, Connor. Next game, Musgrove versus Burns here, the best pitching matchup of the day. Padres, Brewers. And I'll admit, I mean, this is another dog or pass for me here, Connor. Musgrove has been phenomenal, and I really like him. He's grown on me in this last year. 5-0 this year, a 1.86 ERA. He goes back to his old stomping grounds of the Pirates last time out. Or I should say, he faces them. He faced them at home. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 2 walks. At the Giants, 7 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 4 Ks, 3 walks. He changed up his pick mix a little more, but he's become more effective. Plus 136 is pretty high, I thought. Burns, again, he has also been phenomenal this year, but as like my guy Dabby Cab will say, he can give up the home run ball for sure. I mean, he's susceptible to that shit. He throws his slider, and every so often he'll just leave it middle, and he'll get pieced 240 or I should say 450. 240 is a short home run. 450, and it'll be gone, and you'll be down 3-0 just like that. The issue here is that the Padres against righties are just horrible. 29th this year, 70. So this last couple of weeks, 74 weighted runs created plus. So I couldn't get behind him. The Brewers 13th. 109 weighted runs created plus. And that ultimately, all those stats made me think, I was like, man, the Padres are this high for a reason. I think that they want you to bet on the Padres here. And now I pull up Bovada right now. They're up to minus 170, plus 141 for the Brewers or for the Padres here. And you can still get the first 5 minus a half at minus 115. But that makes me feel like this is going to be a 0-0 first half. What about you, Connor? What do you think here?
Yeah. And if I were to bet that, this 3.5 is minus 135. I'd go 3, which sounds crazy. But anyways, the 2 guys that hit, and the 2 guys that have hit Burns, decent. Machado's 3 for 7. And Hosmer's 3 for 9, no extra base hits. 10 for 62. They're 161 off him. Musgrove has pretty good numbers, off the Brewers. They've hit him a little bit better. He's been phenomenal all year. I mean, it's dead nuts under. I want nothing. I want way off this game. Last night that one hurt. That 4-run in the ninth. So I want Padres. Glad. Yeah, they can't hit a lick. If this team could hit, I mean, maybe look at them first 5. I like the value with them. I just don't want to bet them. I just don't know why, but I don't want to do it.
I can tell you right now, Connor, if I would have watched that game, I would feel the same exact way. I
Yeah.
would just be so anti Padres right now. I would just be like, fuck the Padres. They're dead to me. What a joke of an organization. Blah, blah, blah. But again, Connor, I didn't see it. So it didn't happen in my world. I didn't see them blow that lead. I didn't see Trevor Rogers not get nary one out in that inning. I did not see the picture of, well, I did see this picture. I did not see the picture of the Brewers, the three runners all just running like line to line, all coming in back to back to back on a double. I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Yeah.
But I ultimately, it was Milwaukee Brewers first five, minus a half, potentially for me. The under, or if you want a bigger score, and I think the thing that was most appealing, you could go first five team total under a half for the Padres at a plus 165. Corbin Burns shut him out for 5 innings. You get a good plus money price there. Not even as high as I'd want it to be, but still as best as you're going to get on this game. All right, so that was a lovely game. I was excited to talk about that game because that's the best game in the card. But those games are always tough to bet on, for sure. We got three more to talk about here: Colorado Rockies, Atlanta Braves. Max Fried, Chad Cool here. Connor, are you feeling cool? I think you are. I think you're feeling refreshed and ready to go. But the Coors overs have just been crushing as of late. Again, I didn't watch the last game, but I saw it went over. Chad Cool last time out, 6 1/3, 7 hits, 200 runs, a home run, 7 Ks, 1 walk at the Nationals. Impressive there. Fried, he goes 6 6, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 3 walks versus the Miami Marlins at home. The issue really here is the Rockies hit lefties pretty well, and I use weighted runs created plus because it's park adjusted as well, so it helps me with these Rockies stats. And it's 136 weighted runs created plus. That's eighth against lefties for those Rockies. So I can see another over here for sure. I actually could investigate into a team total over for the Rockies, but I didn't want anything to stay with it because I love Max Fried. He's my favorite lefty to watch pitch. I don't know. It's still maybe it's his long, lanky fucking legs, his nasty stuff, or his demeanor, the way he looks like Mr. Gokster. Because Max Fried and Mr. Gokster could be twins. We don't know. I've never seen Max Fried and Mr. Gokster in the same room, so they might be the same person for all we know. Who knows? But ultimately, I'm off this game as well here, Connor.
Man, I want to play this game so bad. The Rockies just are horrible. I thought taking the first five because their bullpen's been so bad, are horrible. Can't take them full game, but you're right. Team total is a look here. They've ripped lefties 309 like you talked about. Fried in a few starts. I got to double check it if some of these were in Coors. I think one was. They're 4 for 26. They're in the $154 off Fried. But hit lefties overall, like you talked about, well. So this is why it's difficult for me. Braves are just starting to swing it. The Rockies just seem to lull. The pitching is starting to come down to earth, and now we're seeing the overs middle of the summer, just high-scoring games. Because they've played to some good unders early on in the year. Yeah, this is tough for me. I want the Rockies. I really wanted the plus price. It's moved. It's like minus 110. Yeah, the 4.5. The Rockies team total. I thought about that. I just wanted a plus number with it. Yeah, can they get Max Fried? If his problem is that first inning, with like a lot of pitchers, seems if he can get through the first, he can go through it. But if he struggles there, he's in for a night. So you could see really early here, maybe jump on this game live. If Fried's struggling there in the first, get on the Rockies.
And I will mention this. I looked up Fried's record in Coors Field. He's had 2 starts in Coors. I should say 2 games, not even 2 starts. One in 2019. The one in 2019. He goes 6 innings, no earned runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk there. Dominant start. And overall, I will look up overall real quick against the Rockies in his career. He is one. Actually, it is basically the same. 1-1 with a 4.5 ERA. That start in Coors is essentially his best start there, and or his best start there, his career there, and against the Rockies. So I'll move on here. I think it'll be an interesting game for sure. I don't hate a first 5 under here as well, but it's just scary to take them in the Coors Field, obviously. So move on here. Let's talk about my beloved Boston Red Sox versus the Oakland A's. You know, Connor, I say this often. It is the game I forget to cap the most. Since I use the ESPN order, I try to follow in chronological. And the Red Sox are at the top of my thing because they're my favorites, and I always forget to cap them. Luckily, I did remember to cap them this time, Connor, thankfully. James Caprillion, he pitched against the Red Sox, and I think his success against the Red Sox has inflated him in my head because I think he's a good pitcher. And I have not wanted to fade him at any point in this year, and he's been struggling. I mean, at versus the Rangers at home, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 home runs, 2 Ks. And at Seattle, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, a home run there, 3 Ks, 1 walk. But I have not been on that bandwagon. And Nathan Eovaldi, he's my favorite pitcher on the Red Sox. I think he's an ace. He won his first career complete game last time out. He throws, I think Jimmy says 108 pitches, so I wouldn't be concerned about his pitch count or if he's worried about that in that aspect. 9 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned a home run there, 6 Ks, 1 walk. And then versus the Seattle Mariners before that, he goes 6 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 11 Ks, and 1 walk there. I think I'm going to take the first 5 under in this game. Not 100% sure yet. I'm going to look at the line right now and hope potentially that it's a 4.5 or maybe a nice 4. But no, it's a 3.5. No thanks. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I see. That's what happens when you're looking at all these lines live. I was just hoping and praying they can get a higher number, but no chance. The Red Sox are first against righties this month or this last couple of weeks since June 15th till now. It's 136 weighted runs created plus, and Oakland's kept their shit together too at 99, 18th. So honestly, at a 3.5, I'd rather have the over.
Yeah, this is telling you they're going to have a good start. Caprillion's pitched well in the past. I think him coming back so far this year, he hasn't looked good. So yeah, I kind of like the Red Sox, but I know then the pass has been good. Eovaldi's pitched great against the A's. They're 1 for 31 of him. Laureano's got a home run. That's it. So, and wind's blowing out, and why is this a 7?
That's what I was thinking just now too. It's a low number. It's a really, really low number on Ballpark Pal. It has like a 17% less than average chance for home runs and 7 or an 8% less than average chance for runs. But it's still a 9 miles an hour wind out to right field with 75% humidity.
I mean, exactly. So that's why I don't know what's going on here. Strange one. Conflicting shit going on here. I'm off.
Man. A lot of people talking about Red Sox team total. Red Sox team total over 3.5 is at minus 130. That's too juicy for me, but a lot of people like that in the chat. But the 4 is at even money, and that is something that I will write down right now and think about here. Connor, off the top of your head, how do you feel about the A's bullpen right now?
I don't know what to make of them. Dude, the A's drive me nuts because they can't hit. I don't know what to make of this team. I don't want to be betting them. It's just when you cannot produce any runs, I don't really love the bullpen. It's just tough. I can't take a team. They have to at least be putting on guys on base, walking, doing shit like that. Their innings are like this: 1, 2, 3. I told you they got a high AAA lineup. Probably the best AAA lineup, but they're still a pro team. I can't take them here. I need a bigger price. I want plus 200 to take the A's. Maybe we'll start getting that. Maybe next month, July, August.
So I pulled up the ERA the ERA leaders for bullpens. Oakland A's have the 6th highest in these last since June 15th to now, 5.8 ERA and a 4.5 FIP, a 4.66 xFIP too. So, it doesn't make sense. I'm not even going to mention it because it doesn't.
It probably goes dead under. I bet you this game's 3-1, 2-1 Red Sox.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seemed. All those factors are just weird. Caprillion success against the Red Sox. Nathan Eovaldi's success against the Red Sox. I've got that team total written down, but we'll see if I end up moving on it. Connor Mack, let's move on to our last game here. And it's obviously the series that has intrigued all the West Coast viewers. You got Mets Doyers here. Los Doyers get a win last night. They finally get a win after the Pirates kicked their fucking ass up and down the Pirates Cove all this week. Tyler Anderson, potentially the most shocking 6-0 in Major League history with a 2.9 ERA. And he has been great. Like, just objectively good. Like, not even the Dodgers offense.
Yeah. Him and Gonsolin have just been money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's been funny to see, too. At Arizona, 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 6 Ks, 1 walk. And then at the Nationals, he fucks around and almost throws I believe it was a perfect game. Like, he was 6-7 innings of just perfect baseball. And I was like, oh my God. Like, is Tyler Anderson going to be the guy that breaks this little perfect game drought we have? He unfortunately doesn't, but he goes 8 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 8 Ks, no walks. I mean, not and I think the truest sign of respect for Tyler Anderson is being a minus 150 favorite here against the Mets, with Chris Bassett on the other side, who has been the best acquisition pitching wise, I think, in this offseason. 4-2 with a 3.66 ERA, and I guess maybe Tyler Anderson counts, but he's been great, and he's kept the Mets pitching staff as elite as it has been, even though they don't have Scherzer or DeGrom. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 3 walks versus the Phillies. He got crushed against the Giants. 4 innings, 8 hits, 8 earned runs, 3 home runs, 4 Ks, 3 walks. And I say that he's not Superman. He'll get touched up every so often, especially because he was at Oakland, going back to the Bay and facing the Giants. Familiarity there, I'm sure. But both of these teams rake against lefties and righties. The Mets, 5th, 145 against lefties, and the Dodgers, 3rd, 133 against righties. So it's a tough game for me to cap. I don't want the Dodgers at this price. So it'd be Mets or pass for me, honestly. And I think it'd be over or pass too, Connor. What about you?
Yeah, I think this game could get over, but every night game at Dodger Stadium, you got to put pause. But at an 8, you talked about, I think these offenses are due to break out. Bassett's been really good. I like the Dodgers here. And, I don't like to bet them much, and they're not going to have a ton of value going forward.
You like the Dodgers? Wow.
Yeah, no, to bet on them. Yeah, I don't bet them ever.
Yeah.
I probably bet them once or twice this year. I'm taking their team total over 4.5. It's plus 115. Wow. You could do the run line, but I think the Mets might get to Anderson. He's been so good. So we'll see. I just think the Dodgers finally get runs. They got 2 yesterday and held on 2-0. I think they get 5 tonight. The bats break out against Bassett. So give me the team total over 4.5 plus 115.
I will say this. This is kind of, this has something tangentially related to this, but I read an article, or I guess I skimmed an article, is better said. And it's saying that, just opposite field home run rates are down almost 50%. I believe it was 45% as a whole in baseball. And it gave like a couple of people who that's hurting the most. It was Will Myers, who goes on the IL today, Key Brian Hayes, who figuring out rookie, and the big name, and I guess the biggest name on there was Freddie Freeman. He was a king of the opposite field home run. He's been struggling, or I guess his whole offense has been struggling as of late. He hasn't done much there. Mookie Betts has been trying his best too. But yeah, I looked at 4.5, especially at plus money, Connor. Plus money, that is pretty good there. So I like that. Kyle Hintley is trying to convince me on this Red Sox talk, and you're doing a good job of it, Kyle. It doesn't take much to convince me to get on the Red Sox. You know that. All right, so let's recap here. That was a lovely say hey plays. We hit the hour mark here. Look at that, just that timing. We hit the hour exactly. We finished all these games. Didn't even look at the time at all. We're gonna recap our plays here. Of course, let's shout out our guys at Dr. Squatch first. Shout out to them as always. Go today with the link in our description to their website. Go get the Galaxy bundle today. I'm excited. I'm looking at my phone actually right now to see if I have any text message alerts telling me that my package has been delivered, because I got some more. I got the full bundle this time. I got the black hole last time, but I got the full bundle now, so I'm excited about it. Black hole smells great. Helga likes it. Connor, I will say this. I have extensive research departments. That's in the Pub Sports Radio budget. And it actually said that 90% of women are more likely to talk to you if you use Dr. Squatch. 90%. Shocking to see.
Shockingly high.
So go to Dr. Squatch's website today, get the Galaxy bundle. The link is in our description, and go purchase a subscription. They help us out. They help you guys out, and it'll make you guys smell great and clean your ass. Connor, I know you like that black hole. I know you love the black hole.
Hey, you said it's good. Keep using that black hole. You're the one hole Bouquet, right? Get that black hole in you.
That is what they call me. I will get that black hole in me. All right, so let's talk about official plays here. Connor, I need to get my shit together a little bit and figure out what I am making official. So I would love if you could lead us off here. Give us what you're on and tell the people, please.
I am on D-backs, Pirates, first 5 under 4. I think I can find even money. I got to look for it. I see minus 105. I'm going to try to find even money there. We're going with the dog. Probably know everyone's on the Rays. McClanahan is the best pitcher in the American League. I get it. I'm taking a shot. White Sox plus 175. Give me the dog there. The Dodgers team total over 4.5 plus 115. The Bats need to break out tonight. And last, Jose, I haven't played it yet. But is that first 5 under? Astros, Royals. I got a little bit of time here to put it in, but I am leaning heavily that way.
Well,
under
Connor,
4.5.
I seem to do this every show, Connor. I sleepwalk into a bunch of plays. I sleepwalk into it every time. And I'll tell you right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays.
Damn.
Today officially now. 7 plays we will make official. It could be 8. I'm leaving out the Seattle Mariners. I'm not moving on that. I'm leaving out the Washington Nationals as well. But officially, these have all been bet. I just bet the Red Sox as well. But officially, Tigers money line at plus 280. No baseball team should be minus 300. Fuck you, Garrett Cole. Arizona Diamondbacks first 5 money line at minus 115. Cleveland, Baltimore first 5 under 4 at minus 115. I'm on the Chicago White Sox with Connor as well. Money line at plus 156. And the over in that game, over 7 at minus 115. I'm with you, Connor, on the Royals Astros first 5 under 4.5 at minus 110. And shout out to my guy, Kyle Haley, who said explicitly, Jose, if you lose, I will give it back to you. Kyle, sure. I believe he. That's all I need.
You gonna give him your bank number? Your cash app.
All right. Over 4 for the Red Sox here. 100 there. Even money, as I'm trying to say when I say 100. But team total over 4 for the Red Sox for me. Kyle Haley and making those big boy bets as well. So shout out to Kyle. Fireside in here. Mike Trout over 1.5 bases, RBIs, and home run. DX Filer sharing his action in there as well. Diamondbacks minus 110, 2 units. Arizona first 5 money line. Angels team total. Toronto team total. And the Doyers team total as well there, Connor. Going with you as well. Shout out to my man Gamblestein. Shout out to Eldorado Custodian. Jay Peasy, James Lill. Appreciate the Celtics love. I am Celtics in 5. I get money as well. All you guys, Kyle, Hillian, like I said, Jimmy Gomez, Yay Area 415. I hope Yay Area 415 did not see my Warriors Celtics thoughts earlier today. Reginald Luker, all you guys, Ron Lofton, Ron Crawford, everyone for joining us. Thank you guys. Roger that. 415. You guys have been great.
Hit the like button.
Please do.
Out.
That is a very important thing. Get us in the algorithm. Get us in that algorithm. Connor, what do you have on Pub Sports Radio plan for the next couple of days? Where can people find you next?
I have nothing. So
Oh,
good. Zilch, zero.
wow.
Uh,
A nice
yeah,
little quiet weekend for you.
we're gonna start doing prize pick golf videos weekends. I was just waiting for hockey, basketball die down, so all we have is baseball and a little golf action. So
Mm,
we'll have more of those videos, out maybe a couple times a week. So nothing till Monday. So that's it.
beautiful. Well, Connor, I will as things start to die down, perhaps we'll get you on Say Hey Plays on the weekend too. Get you on a Sunday or something like
Yeah,
that.
hit me up. I told you, let me know, especially right now. Yeah, I'm home not doing anything. Real quick, I got to give a shout out. Go
Please
check
do.
out the horses. Razor Sharp Picks, my
Yes.
guy. Get it. Get some cash. Fridays with him. Penn National. There's some stakes races
Mm-hmm.
tonight. Get
What does
there
that mean?
tonight.
What does that mean, Connor? Can you explain that to me? I've heard
Yeah,
Jimmy say
there.
it like 70 times, and I when I hear stakes races, I just hear a guy on a stake riding, and just that's what I see. But
Yeah, they're the prices of the horse. They're not just riding regular like maiden claimer, for 1,000. These are extremely high, high up money, especially for a place like Penn National. They probably only do it once a year, so it's big time for a place like Penn National.
there you go. So go watch that. Our guy Razor Sharp Picks Cash It Fridays. And speaking of shows, new shows starting mañana. I believe today is Friday, I believe. So Saturday morning, we've got the morning sesh with Dabby Cab and Dutch Boy Fresh, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. It'll be a 30-minute show leading up into Say Hey Plays, and that will lead up to Say Hey Plays specifically because Dabby Cab is my guest tomorrow. He's going to be stoned out of his fucking gourd coming onto the show, but that's part of the game. That's part of the game. And you know what? I'd say I'd rather have Daddy Cap stoned out of his gourd than sober. I think that makes him a better capper, 100%. So
Sure.
I'm excited for that. Connor Mack, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for joining me. I love when you come on, and you will definitely be coming on more often as things start to wind down. I appreciate everyone as always for joining us. Thanks everyone. Say hey on social media. My name, or I should say Connor's. I'll say Connor's first. Is on social media is at Connor Mac Picks. Go follow him on Twitter. Do that. Hit the like button. My name on Twitter is at Jose Bouquett. Go follow me there. Like I said, say hey on social media, and we'll see you guys mañana.